This week, Ukraine President Zelensky formally approved plans to set up a new international court to prosecute senior Russian officials for full-scale invasions of Ukraine. There are logistical details still that need to be resolved, including where the court will be based. The crisis between Russia and Ukraine may be seen as a military stalemate, but there are still remains a need to help those who live in that devastated area in some of those regions. Well, joining us now is Emory Morsberger. He is the former state representative and now civic advocate who just returned from a humanitarian mission in Ukraine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You've been to Ukraine several times now, and I want to know what it feels like to see people working and living through these wartime conditions firsthand.
It's a tough situation. I was in Ukraine for 2 weeks. Actually got bombed on my last couple days. The people there are resilient and going strong. They are dealing with the situation they've got. And some places are functioning just like normal on the western side of the country, and along the eastern side, they've got regular air raid attacks, which I got caught up in last week. We're working with a number of different humanitarian groups there, and more recently we've been working with a number of technology companies who are interested in locating in the United States. They are looking to have a base here, and we're working to set them up in partnership with Georgia Tech in the Georgia Department of Economic Development and Gwinnett County.
From your perspective, how has the situation there evolved from when you first started going there to where it is today?
The situation with drones has happened. When I first started going in spring of 22, there were no drones that you worried about. I mean, you had a little bit of bombs coming, but nothing major. Now, there are drones just about everywhere. And it's that way on both sides, basically going 20 miles back from the war front on both sides. It's something that the citizens there take in stride. They go to the bomb shelter when the alerts come, and they come out when the alerts end. Yeah. And it's just part of their normal existence.
Is that how you were when you said you were there recently when there were some air raids?
Yeah. I was in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, and I actually spent 3 nights in the bomb shelter in Kyiv in the basement of the hotel.
Wow.
And then ended up going to Odessa, which is on the southeastern part of Ukraine, which had been relatively peaceful for the prior 2 months, but then last Tuesday morning at about 4 o'clock, the alarms went off, and it said, warning, go to the shelter immediately. And I opened my hotel window, and I could hear drones overhead, and then loud gunfire at the drones. Wow. And then explosions. And some of the other folks in the hotel were there with me. Again, it had been relatively peaceful for 2 months. And when there was a break in the shooting, we actually went to the bomb shelter and stayed there for about an hour. When we came out at just after sunrise, there was a lot of smoke around, and you could tell it had been hard hit. It was a pretty rough night for Ukraine in general.
Wow.
The people there are surviving and going strong. They take it in stride. Yeah.
I understand that you're collecting to get items for Ukrainians. What kind of items are you looking to get?
Well, we're doing 2 different things. We basically, since 2022, have been working to raise funds to help the Ukrainian people along the war front. We've sent ambulances, transfusion equipment, surgical equipment, generators, and all kinds of supplies through our helpingukraine.us network. And that's going well. That's based here in Atlanta. That's helpingukraine.us. In addition, we are now working on behalf of the business community in Gwinnett County with a number of Ukrainian technology companies to help them open bases here in the Atlanta metro area. And we've actually got 4 different companies seeking to open here in Gwinnett County. And there are more like them. They're not moving out of Ukraine. They're just opening a second location here in Georgia. And Georgia is a great place for them to locate, and it's a win-win for everyone.
All right, Emory Morsberger, thank you so much for your joining us this morning. Thanks for your insight, and thanks for all that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Not a
Have
problem.
a great day.
Do the same.
Bye-bye.
All right.